Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Aries. It's Jen here. My readings are now timeless, so whenever you happen to see this, thanks for joining me. Aries. Let me clear. Ow. Sorry. I got my second COVID booster, and my arm is very sore. All right, let's break up the energy here. See what's going on for Aries. Happy birthday. If your birthday is, well, I know it's around this time because we're in Aries season when I'm recording that. That one wants to come out. That one too. Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is holding on to something tightly. And for me, it's a card about boundaries, though, because it often depicts someone holding on really tightly to material things in what's the right word? Despite, like, they hold on to the material things are more important than their relationships and their family and their spouse and their children, etc. So, and sometimes that would obviously be an example of too strong boundaries and fucked up priorities, I guess, too. But there are two sides to all of these cards, and the other card is having too loose of boundaries. And it's really quite difficult to find that balance and to sort of advocate for yourself and enforce those boundaries. So let's see what this is. Oh, this, I love the Emperor card. I love the flowers in this deck. This is the Spacious Tarot. The Emperor. Yeah, the Emperor is like, hey, it's time to be, it's not selfish, but it's time to make sure that you have good boundaries around your finances. This could be work-life balance and ensuring that you're being compensated properly for your work, and also that they don't abuse you and your free time. So that's, I guess, what's right. Like, I fielded a call yesterday. I had the day off, and I fielded a call. I didn't mind. It was very simple, very quick. But if that became like a regular thing, that would probably build up resentment. And so how do you have that conversation? And it's difficult. It's really hard in a job situation, but it's also hard in, relationships as well, because sometimes it's a conversation that, depending on how it goes and the other person's reaction and stance on things, it could be a conversation that sort of ends things. So people sometimes, we avoid them because once you get your answer, then you need to probably do something about it. And if you don't, then you don't have boundaries. Now, the Emperor, he doesn't fuck around. It's genderless, but whatever. It's depicted usually as a guy. So this is taking action. This is setting, like, this is how it's going to go, setting expectations. Now, the Two of Wands coming out is about, you know what, I only have a certain amount of energy, and am I putting that energy into things that are good for me, that feed my soul, that are a benefit to me, or am I constantly putting my energy into something that just draws my energy, takes without giving, and thinking about that. So I always use the analogy of blasting the heat or the AC with all the windows open. It's a huge waste of energy. So being conservative, or thoughtful, I guess, about where you're expending energy and putting your time in. And we have the Child of Cups. So this could be a message from a loved one or someone declaring that they have feelings for you. or some sort of offer and communication coming in that will elicit a positive emotional response. Support from someone. Let's see what else came out. Oh, and the King of Cups. I think it's interesting that in this deck, the Child of Cups, well, it's cute actually now that I'm thinking about it, is in a little bowl because he's a child and he's not ready to go into the big lake. But the King of Cups has been through it. They've been deep down in their feelings, but they know how to come up to the surface. I wonder if he's coming up to check on the child, even though the bowl is different. Emotional intelligence, having discussion about your feelings. This could be having a heart-to-heart in a relationship. Page of Swords, definitely communication. If you're doing online dating, I could see that really taking off. Lots of back and forth. Messages coming through if you applied for a job. Anything online, things like that, starting to hear back, messages starting to come in. So yeah, if you've put yourself out there, maybe you're going to have to choose between two jobs with this right over the Two of Wands. What else came out? Guardian of Pentacles. That's a nice mix with the Emperor, divine feminine, divine masculine. I mean, it's technically the Empress, but the Empress most closely, people call her Mother Earth, most ties most to the Queen of Pentacles. So this is really a grounded energy. This could be a job of management, putting you into the management scene because she's a very good manager. But she also has emotional intelligence and knows how to create a culture and an atmosphere where people feel safe and welcome. And maybe that's exactly what's been missing for you. And it's not gender specific, some sort of competition. Maybe you've been in a workplace, or could even be a relationship where you feel like you're competing for someone's time. They don't really seem to be engaged. You could be working out a lot. You could be learning new skills. Page of Pentacles, another page. So lots of new beginnings, lots of communication, lots of messages. This is messages about, could be discussions about a new salary, about a home, about, mortgages, long-term investments, loans of any kind. You could start hearing if you've applied to school, start hearing whether you've gotten in. Those could start to is that the right time when I'm filming this? It's crazy, I've forgotten. I know medical school you start hearing already. Not that I've been to medical school, but I work at a medical school, so. Okay, what else is coming out? Here's the Queen of I love the Queen of Pentacles in this deck. It's such a beautiful card. Gorgeous. Yeah, I keep getting, you could be spending, maybe a kid is moving back home. You could be spending time with your kids. You could be helping a kid move out or start planning for them going off to school or their first apartment and helping them, get their sheets, get a toilet bowl scrubber, all those kind of staples for their first place. Planting the seed. Planting the seed for something new. Could be setting up your new office. It could be mentoring people. It could be a coach, doing some coaching. Because the Five of Wands to me is competition. like training a team, or training for, you could be training for a marathon. You could be really into your physical body with the pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Things are turning up. New opportunities are coming in. You're really starting to feel better. You feel like things are starting to flow your way. We kind of have this hint over here about some your feelings and romance. Ace of planting the seed. Wow. Heavy, heavy earth energy. You could be laying down roots with someone. But I keep getting to, it could also be children, grandchildren, adding to a family, or start something new growing. You could find out someone's pregnant, yeah, or you could be. Here's the Knight of Cups and the Lovers. Okay, remember I was saying we got some romance and then we didn't hear. So geez, this could be finding out someone was proposed to, going to a wedding. Maybe you'll get a save the date or an invitation to a wedding. You're preparing for a wedding. Maybe there's some sort of crap around the wedding where people whose wedding it isn't, Queen of Wands, have to have opinions about everything. Ugh. The Hermit and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, there has been a situation where you've kind of had to go within and really think about um, things. And the Seven of Wands is like, I don't need to explain myself if I'm not inviting people my mom wants me to invite, especially if you're paying for the wedding. And I don't know. The Seven of Wands is, it's not getting defensive about something. It's just saying we'll just use the wedding analogy. Like, we're having a small wedding. I had to make the cutoff somewhere because this happened to me actually, because it would have gone from like 65 people to like 130. Like, it was either because the family was so big on one side. And so, yeah, anyway. And if people are really going to get upset and don't understand that, I don't know. That's going to give you something to think about. I think someone's behavior with the Hermit, it's like, if they don't have the emotional intelligence or the perspective, because right, we have this petty Four of Pentacles and this Five of Wands over here, and everything else seems really good and positive. So I think there may be some people you need to set some boundaries with. Ow, sorry. I took a drink of coffee and it hurts my arm. But I see all these amazing things happening. So it's just kind of like, motherfucker. Yeah, this one this one person, because the Emperor also says you need to live your life for you, and you need to make decisions that are right for you, because you deal with the consequences of your decisions, whether someone tried to control you or not. They're usually the first people to go, hey, if something doesn't work out, hey, you didn't have to listen to me. That was you. That was your decision, whether that was, true or not. So I see it's almost like growing up, and I think you're kind of bummed that it had to go that way. And this is just a side story, but you also are like, you know what? I know I'm doing the right thing. This person it could be someone who's kind of competitive with you. Yeah, there's just kind of some weirdness that you're just over and you're moving forward. You're buying a house, getting pregnant, going to school, and you're just kind of moving on from certain energies with all these pages that are less mature and haven't really, that you're just in different places now. That Wheel of Fortune right in the middle. You may be redoing your home, doing an addition, a renovation, moving somewhere where you can have some outside space or even some plants maybe on a balcony or sunlight that you can have some plants inside, getting into gardening or cooking or really being in touch with your home and working on a home, starting a home with someone comes in strong. I'm getting Virgo energy. There's some Gemini in here. Aries is the Emperor. You have the Queen of Wands. So you do have two, and oh my God, another Queen of Pentacles. Crazy. So Queen of Pentacles all over the place, and Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, they can run the world. They are the doers of the zodiac, of the tarot. They will make things happen. Not that the other queens aren't, but Queen of Wands is action, it's energy, and the Queen of Pentacles is just the methodical planning and one foot in front of the other and continuing to work towards the goal. Look at her box of money there, her chest of money that the cat's sitting on in the background. So very prosperous time. If you're not feeling that way right now, things with the Wheel of Fortune are really going to change, and I feel money's going to flow in, and you're going to be doing things like, again, buying a property, um, saving, investing in your property, investing in your education, all these things that will benefit you and lift you up moving forward. And also, this whole section over here of the lovers. And so, maybe with the Hermit, if you've been alone for a long time, someone comes in. You know what's kind of crazy? It's almost like you were out here in the middle of nowhere with at your campfire, right? And all of a sudden, someone, because it looks like that campfire in the woods, someone comes along and is like, "Oh, you like to come out and to the campfire too? You like to go hiking or whatever?" And you just meet someone that isn't going to try to change you, isn't going to try to um, you just the Five of Wands, you don't have competing priorities or ideas. Like the Two of Wands, you're not wasting energy. You guys sort of come together and really balance each other out. But I feel like there's enough of a similarity where it's just really, you get each other like on a spiritual level. I think for some of you, this may take off very quickly. And maybe some of the Seven of Wands is, yep, I know it's happening fast, but I, I've been waiting, the hermit mode. Like maybe some of you have been single for a really long time because you settled in the past and you're like, I'm not forcing it. I'm not, it will happen when it happens and I will know when it's right. Um, so you, I think, are feeling very good about how this is going. Because even though you're an Aries and you tend to be like, let's go, let's do it, I'm all in, with all this earth energy, you're very grounded and even the cups here, you're in touch with your emotions, you're grounded, and you've been patient and waiting for this opportunity to come in, and it has arrived. So big, I mean, Aries is the season, right, of newness and new things, and things are really going to start moving forward here. This wheel's going to really start turning, and a lot of things are, I think, going to happen at once. But you're so grounded. You're like, I got this.